In training step number 5, we're going to learn how to create forms. In the first training session, we created a tab, so we have our Documents tab. In the second training session, we learned how to put in text and move that around and manipulate it. The third training session, we did images, and we learned how to insert those and manipulate those. The fourth session that we did, we learned how to do web links and manipulate those. So the next logical one here is forms, and forms is one of the most powerful tools for the application native. What this allows us to do is to be able to have a form that can be multimedia that submits all kinds of information to your organization. So just like any other tab or element, there is the capability to name them specific. So we're going to name this one, and please remember to make the first 2 fields the same. Okay, I can change the icon, but you already know how to change icons, so I won't do that, and we can adjust the height and width. Now, the most important thing to learn here is we can create forms that create data in the system, but that's not what you really want to do because you have to download it. The easiest way to do this is to have the data sent to you by email. So when you click on the Send Reports via Email tab, it's going to come up here and it's going to be sending things in email mode. Now, if you want this to go to multiple people, all you have to do is put another user in another line, and you can have as many users as you want. So if you have multiple coaches that you want to get this, or a team manager, or an administrator, or an admin staff, or whoever, you can actually put different email addresses here and everybody will get a copy. The next step here is a subject line because that's the subject line of your email. So I'm going to say RSVP from app. Okay. Now we're going to send all the messages to everybody. So that's what we have that checked. So everybody on the list gets it. We're going to send on each time. So if you wanted to group them, 5 at a time or 10 at a time before it sent them, we like to do them 1 at a time because that way if somebody registers and someone needs to confirm that, they do it automatically. Now the very important thing next is the format you want the form coming to you, the data. Now, you can have PDF, spreadsheets, Word documents, and email bodies. You can have multiples checked. Our recommendation is that you have PDF and spreadsheet, and I'll show you why in just a moment. Okay, so now that I have those there, I will come down to my form, edit the form, and I will select Edit Form. Okay, so once I open up the form, this brings us to our Forms tool. Now, it looks complex, but it's very straightforward. On the left-hand side here, you will see all of the fields. Okay, so these are the fields that we create to create the form. The center is what the form looks like, so this is what you're designing. And the third over here to the right is the form settings. Okay, so the first thing let's do, we'll start in the middle. You'd never have an untitled form. So let's call this Team Dinner RSVP. And as soon as I apply that, you'll see that it changes in the center. Now the form description, this is very, very powerful. You can create all kinds of documents that used to be paper-based and have signatures, and all you need to do is paste the form right here in this field. Okay. Now what happens is they'll have to read that. Now this is expandable, so you can paste in everything you want. So player code of conduct, team rules, handbooks, alcohol and tobacco policies, registration forms, terms and conditions, all the kinds of things you can think of. You can create your own custom form, and then they have to read it before they sign it and fill it out. So if I put apply there, and we have that there. Now, let's grab a few fields. I just click on them once. So I have clicked on name, and it's added the name field. Let's do the next one here. These are predefined. Let's take an address. Okay. The most important one to always get is email, and I'll tell you why in a moment. Okay. And of course, we're going to want to get a phone. All right. And then the last one we're going to show here, there's lots of other things that are predefined, Social Security, that kind of stuff. But the one that I really like to show people is sign and draw. Now, sign and draw, what this does is it creates a signature capture capability. So now that I've got my fields added here, I'm going to come and make them work on the settings. So I'm here, whenever you see it highlighted, that's what appears on the right-hand side. Okay. So the first thing you need to do to make your forms dummy-proof is to make them make your fields required. That way someone doesn't leave off their last name or their first name or something. And you would basically go through the entire form and check all your required fields. Now, on address, one to keep in mind that you don't want to do is your second line address, because maybe someone doesn't have an apartment or unit number. But I would make all the rest of those required as part of setting up your form. Okay. Now, this one here is really important, email. I'll show this one to you. It's very, very important. When you click on email, there's two things to focus on. One, you want to make it required. And then two, if you select send data copy to the email, it's going to copy this form and whatever email address that it has that the user fills out and sends them a copy. So this is a verification. So what's fantastic about this is when you have a signature document, it actually helps you create a document that is signed and they get a copy. So you literally can go paper-free, paperless there. Now the sign and draw here, draw doesn't make anything because you can just draw with your finger. We'll make this required. And what happens when the user taps on sign, the app spins to the side, and then they sign it with their finger just as if they were signing a point of sale at the grocery store or a retail store. So that's what it takes to create a custom form. Now remember, we had PDF as one of the delivery formats that we got the form. When you have a signature block here in the form and you set it up so it's delivered PDF, you have a legal document, okay? So that allows you to be able to create all kinds of forms. Now I'm going to show you one more. Let's do a drop down real quick while we're here. Now drop downs are nice because they have choices. So I've got a drop down and we'll set that here. And let's say shirt size. Okay, and I'm going to get shirt sizes for everybody when they register. So I'm going to put this one here. I'm just going to copy this in any place that it said drop down. Okay, and then we're going to make it required, so they have to fill it out. And then we're going to get our options. So let's do small. Oops, if I can type. Small, medium, and I just grab this and move this down, and it's just one per line. Large, no, I don't want to do that. And so on. So if you apply that, now you have a drop-down list, so that way you can collect sizes. And remember, we had the other one checked as a spreadsheet. This allows it so when everybody fills out the form, it fills out a spreadsheet, and now you could sort it out by small, medium, large, X large. So you could sort your spreadsheet to be able to say, this is how many we need to order, okay? So it's a very, very powerful tool. You can create custom fields. Oh, one other thing to show you. If I don't want shirt size underneath the signature, well, why don't I just put it up here and it moves it ahead. So this literally is drag and drop environment to design the form anything you want. You have all these predefined fields on this side, so you don't have to worry about those. Or if there's a field there that you need that's not, you can just say a text or numbers field and create your own fields. So that's it, and when I'm done, I just save it, okay? And it's kind of the old adage of twice and cut once. We'll save the form, and then once we're done saving the form, the next thing that we would do is we would go ahead and exit. I always say yes on this saving, but since we're shooting the video, I say no, and we now have a form in our application. You can have the form collect pictures, you can have the form submit video, audio files, or just data. So it's a very, very powerful tool that allows you to create very cool and custom forms, and as many as you'd like in your application. So the forms can be used for RSVPs, registrations, enrollments, signing of documents, so parent code of conduct, player books, team rules, registrations, all kinds of things. So it's a very, very powerful tool, and it's almost limitless at what you can do with it. So if you have any questions with this, you can always reach the support department or go to the help desk on our website and get information in the help desk. Thanks, and make it a great day.